experience what God had planned, right? And then in society that day. Does that make sense? So when he starts talking about a father who has an estate and he's very wealthy and servants work on this estate and all this kind of stuff, what are they picturing in their mind? They're picturing like an old man, dignified, and who is very like slow to move and kind of glides around, you know what I mean? And he doesn't have to get up and do anything because he has this robe on and he's kind of the main guy in charge, and this is kind of his little mini kingdom. Does that make sense? But he has these two sons. They're thinking of like barefooted peasant type people. Okay? Say barefooted servants. Barefooted servants. See, the servants, they had really no authority. They were totally in debt to this father, to this household. Everything that they had access to was only by permission. They were only there because they had to pay off their debt in order to have their freedom. And so they did not have access. They didn't have shoes, right? They're walking around in cow dung and stuff like that. They don't have shoes. You guys see that? So here he is, feeding these pigs, messing with these pigs. He's so hungry. He's like, I'm just drooling after the pods that they're eating. And so you know, this more Bible college. Rather than more reading the Bible every day in personal devotions and have a nice big old study Bible, and I did 4 years of Bible college combined. There's some good stuff out there. Are you with me? Amen. Okay. He goes through their Vincent speech. His father's swinging around. The son said to the I want to throw. We only had one fall launch before, and that was historically, it was traditionally. Back and forth, like where they're going to have to like work, and they're going to have to like suffer, and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, God's broken heart about the whole thing. There's nothing. God's not excited about this. This is His plan. It's beginning to take its own sinful course, and He's like, "There's nothing I can do about it. I created them to love me, but they're not choosing to love me." It's kind of like point of no return, where we realize we've screwed up. We realize that nothing's going to be the same. We understand, we feel the guilt, we feel the regret, we feel the shame, we feel the fear, we feel the unknown, we feel like nothing, because I'm not going to be able to make a second chance possible. I'm not going to be able to fix this. I'm going to need a miracle. I'm going to need God to provide who's come to earth as a man. His name is who? He's telling the story to some other religious leaders. We're thinking rings, right? And then servants were thinking just barefoot, right? In debt. Jesus telling that story. He moved on to the next part, and he says that the son, and when the original audience would have heard this is the part where we're like, this is just, there's no way this would actually happen. This is too unlikely, Jesus. This is a crazy story. This can't be a true story. You had to make this one up. It says, not long after that, it says the younger one said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the estate. I have access to everything that you have, but I'm tired of being a manager, Pops. I want to take what's mine and go be my own." And then the enemy saying, the lying serpent saying, "Oh, you can be like God if you do things your way," right? It's the same kind of story Jesus is telling here. To give me the inheritance that I would acquire once you die or retire. I want you to give that to me early. In other words, he's saying, why don't you drop dead and give me what's mine? Chew on that for a second. I mean, that's the way that's what he's saying. He's saying, I couldn't. And the dad comes running toward him, and the son, this is what's cool, is he gets halfway through his repentance speech. He's trying to get but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. He's back in charge again. Are you serious? Not only does he not get punished, okay, not only is he not punished, he's welcomed back into the family. And then servants are delivering the ring back to him, and he's getting all of his authority back. And now he's back to the original plan. Remember how God had a plan for us to be in charge of this world and help co-create? That's what the ring is, man. He's saying, listen, you're back. Get back on that horse. Saddle up. We got a job to do. We got a world to save. We got stuff to do, and everything is right. Is that not just exactly like this what the son's doing? And how does that work out for them? But here's what Jesus adds to the story. He adds the road, he adds Jesus, and he adds an old. Why does he? Who's in the story right now? He's bringing them into the story, the person he's talking to. As we are all somebody.
What could I say? What could I do? Offer this song, oh God, freely to you. What could I say? What could I do? Just sing this part for our last right now. Carry the cross of my shame. Sing way upon your shoulders. So